Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Quest for Truth. Today I want to talk a little bit about self-confidence. Especially in the United States, we have this idea that if we're confident in ourselves enough, that we'll be able to do like whatever, even if we can't. But the Bible gives us a different way to think about this. It says that. Talks about in 1 Corinthians chapter 1, Paul's talking about the wisdom of God, and he says, the foolishness of God is wiser than men, and it puts a pretty bleak view on the wisdom of men and why we shouldn't be self-confident, why we shouldn't be confident in ourselves or other men, because we are foolish. And it says even if God is not foolish, but even if he was, he would still be much wiser than even the wisest man. But yet we still have a calling. In verse 26, it says, "For consider your calling, brethren, that there were not many wise according to the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble, but God has chosen the foolish things of the world to shame the wise, and God has chosen the weak things of the world to shame the things which are strong." And so even though we're not wise or strong according to the world, God has still chosen us, and he has given us a way to serve in ministry, but not so that we can boast in ourselves. But verse 31 says, let him who boasts boast in the Lord. And so God uses the weak so that his glory would be revealed in the world, and that that we would glorify him through our actions, and that there would be something different than the world. And that's what we're called to be. We're not called to be like the world. We're called to be different than the world, so that the people who see us can see that there's something different about us, and that we're here to serve God and not to live for the same things, the material things that the world lives for. And so we do not boast in ourselves. We don't have self-confidence, but we can have confidence in God that he has called us, and that even though we don't have worldly wisdom or worldly strength, we have strength from God, and we have wisdom from God, and we are called by him to serve him and to glorify his name here. And ultimately, we know that we will be, when the end comes, that we will be going to heaven with him, and that we are not of anything that we have done, not to be confident in ourselves, but to be confident that the work of Christ that has already been completed is enough, and that we can be confident in that action, and that we will go to heaven and see him face to face and live forever with him. Yeah. All right, so thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.